Hello, Homestead. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please stay standing for a moment of silence.
Coming up on today's episode of HHS In Depth, you'll meet the Homestead students who are on the field next to the marching band members at each and every competition. Reporter Hadley Mertz brings you a story on the Homestead Color Guard.
Reporter Jenna brings you a story over Ms. Olivero's summer in Washington, D.C., working at the Shakespeare Library, where you'll learn everything she got to do in this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Homestead's radio station, the Point 91 FM, is on the air 24/7. But do you know there are a few students who host their own after-school radio show? Reporter Gabe Munsu brings you a story on what those students learned in this unique opportunity.
In sports, Ashton and Kayla bring you the latest Homestead sports news, highlights from the past week, and a feature over this week's Team of the Week, our girls cross-country team.
And Drew Persinger will give us the extended weekend weather forecast in his weather segment, The Drew Point.
We'll bring you all those stories and more, coming up on HHS In Depth for Thursday, October 17th.
Hello, Homestead. I'm Cora Shaw.
And I'm Nisha Lalleria. Welcome to today's episode of HHS In Depth.
We begin today's show with a story over the group of students who accompany the members of the marching band on the field during every Spartan Alliance performance.
Reporter Hadley Mertz brings you an up-close look at the Homestead Color Guard.
The Homestead Color Guard has been hard at work, practicing almost daily since the start of band camp in late July. The girls, now well into competition season, are excited to continue their efforts.
This season, I'm really looking forward to being a senior. There aren't many of us this year, but it's really fun being a leader and watching all the new freshmen and the new girls try their best and just really trying to help them out and be a leader for them. That's what I'm pretty excited for.
This year I'm looking forward to learning new skills, also growing some relationships with the dance line because I'm new to the dance line, and yeah.
You don't have to be a freshman in order to join Guard. Many new members are of all grade levels.
I'm in the flag line. This is my first year doing it. I'm looking forward to definitely competitions because, that's exciting. The football games, the morning breakfasts up at 6 a.m. and, just spending a lot of time with the band and all the color guard and all my friends here. I'm excited.
The girls are looking forward to this season and have already created some fun memories.
Last season, we had basically a monsoon, and it was so rainy during one of our performances. It was absolutely insane, but we just kept the show going, and we ended up winning at that competition.
It was just super fun seeing all the instructors go crazy after we finished the show.
Yeah, just being fun, and lunch breaks, and just getting to know the team, the guard, being with everyone. It's a lot of fun.
Check out the Color Guard in the Spartan Alliance's next performance this weekend at Chesterton for ISMA Regionals. Reporting for HHS In Depth, I'm Hadley Mertz.
Not in DECA? What the hecka? Attention anyone interested in DECA. There will be a short informational meeting today right after school in the cafeteria. Please stop in and see what DECA is all about. The meeting will last for about 20 minutes.
Do you have a passion for volunteering or just want to meet new people in your community? If so, it's not too late to join Key Club. You have until the end of the day today to turn in membership forms and dues. They hold meetings in the community room every Thursday after school.
Lost and found items are located on the tables outside of the discipline office in the 1012 building. See Mrs. Godfrey in discipline for valuable items such as accessories, keys, electronics, and designer clothes. All items not picked up by the end of the day will be donated.
The SAT/ACT prep class will begin a new session on Tuesday, October 22nd for math and Wednesday, October 23rd for verbal. Classes run for 6 weeks from 5:30 to 7:30 in the evening. Sign up for one or both sessions. You'll receive the College Board SAT book with your registration. Go to www.teachthemlive.com to sign up. A new option exists for the math-only session. You can now join the live class from home so you don't have to be in the room. Be sure to choose the online version if that's more your style.
Juniors and seniors, the following colleges will be visiting Homestead. If you would like to attend a meeting, you must sign up in Student Services and get your pass at least one day prior to the visit. Wednesday, October 23rd, Vanderbilt, and Thursday, October 24th, Hillsdale College.
There will be a call-out meeting for Champions Together basketball next week, Wednesday, October 23rd at 2:45 in room 700.
The school-wide earthquake drill planned for Monday this week was canceled due to the power outage over the weekend, but it will be performed at the end of the school day today.
And now here's reporter Jenna Lane with a story over the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity teacher Miss Olivero got to experience this past summer break, working in Washington, D.C.'s Folger Shakespeare Library.
This past summer, English teacher Miss Olivero was invited to participate in a workshop at the Shakespeare Library in Washington, D.C.
The Folger Shakespeare Library is the world's largest collection of Shakespeare books and research materials. So people from all over the world go to Washington, D.C. to visit the library and do research. I actually heard about this program a couple years ago, and I applied last summer, and I didn't get accepted because they only take 20 teachers from all over the United States. So I applied again this summer, and luckily I got accepted.
It has been a goal for Miss Olivero to get the opportunity to attend this event at the Shakespeare Library.
It was my goal to go there because I've always loved Shakespeare, and I knew that the education program at the Folger and what they could teach me would be really valuable to my students this semester, I hope. Half of the program was doing research in the actual library, which was very cool. And then the other half of the program was working with the education team and the other teachers in the program to plan lessons to help students better understand Shakespeare and learn ways to get them more engaged in Shakespeare's text.
Miss Olivero has learned new teaching techniques that can help her more effectively teach Shakespeare books and materials to her students.
I learned so much about teaching Shakespeare to my students. It's hard when you're here because you only get to be in your classroom, so to talk to everyone else and have some opportunities to learn new techniques, I think is really valuable, and I'm super glad that I went to the program. I had two favorite parts. One was getting to work with all the other teachers and learn what their schools are like and how they incorporate dramatic techniques into their class. And also we got to learn some stage fighting, and we did it in the lawn in front of the library, and all the business people on Capitol Hill in DC were very confused as to why we were there, which was fun.
Proud to be a part of this amazing experience, Miss Olivero looks forward to sharing more innovative methods that can hopefully assist her students in the future. Reporting for HHS In Depth, I'm Jenna Lane.
And now here's reporter Gabe Munsu with a story over the students who host live after-school radio shows on Homestead's radio station, The Point 91 FM.
You might be familiar with the radio and TV program here at Homestead High School, which includes The Point 91 FM, the school radio station. Mr. Dunn, the radio station manager, has set up opportunities for students who want to further their radio skills and work outside of class by offering after-school radio shows for the students.
I think that students that have an after-school radio show benefit the most by the fact that they have a constant show every single week where they can create and develop their own show, have fun with a student that may or may not be in the radio class with them. They could even possibly be a student that doesn't have the radio class at all. So it gives other kids an opportunity to be on the air and learn how to run a radio show and be creative and develop something that you're not going to get a chance to do anywhere else in this city.
The after-school radio program provides a fun escape for students interested in being an on-air radio personality.
In Intro to Radio and TV, we went on the radio in our class, and it seemed really fun to me, so I wanted to do it as an after-school activity.
I took the radio and TV classes in freshman year, and it really kind of inspired me to have an extracurricular radio show after school, because I felt like in class I wasn't really going on the air as much as I wanted to, and I feel like I could really make a good show with my friends and make something fun, create something that people would enjoy.
The after-school radio program helps students for possible future careers and gives them a fun challenge.
I want to be in the journalism field when I grow up, so I'm really interested in anything that has to do with broadcasting. I like being able to make the show mine, and we can just really talk about anything on the show.
I'd say the best part about having a radio show is, making funny conversation and being able to, bounce off of one another with your co-hosts and being able to really entertain and feel like you're making a good show. Every show is a challenge to make sure that you're, keeping a steady conversation and that you're really entertaining the audience or the people that are listening.
If you are interested in having an after-school radio show, contact Mr. Dunn via email. Reporting for HHS In Depth, I'm Gabe Munsu.
This week in the Locker Report, Ashton and Caleb are in with Homestead Sports News, this week's highlights, and a report over the Team of the Week, our girls cross country team.
Hello Homestead, I'm Ashton Ackman. It's time for another edition of the Locker Report. This week we profile a team running after a state title after starting the postseason with a sectional runner-up title. Ahead of their regional meet on Saturday, we get caught up with the Homestead girls cross country team, your Team of the Week.
The Homestead girls cross country team has begun their race towards the state tournament, looking back at a regular season with several accomplishments.
Our season went really well. We had some really competitive meets and our packs have really been moving up, so we're excited for what's to come.
Our regular season went great. Everyone really pushed hard and did their best, and it was just overall a really great season.
Braving the wind and cold this past Saturday, the Lady Spartans ran in the sectional race and are pleased with their results.
Sectionals went really well. Our team got sectional runner-up, so we were really happy with that. And then we had a lot of really strong packs. Some girls PR'd and broke 20 and had really good mile mark races, so we're really excited.
I'm pretty happy with my race today. I broke 20 finally, and I'd say overall we did really well. We got second, and we're only going up from here.
We did exactly what we needed to do. Everyone had a lot of PRs. Julie and I got into the 18s again, Angelina in the 20s, and then the rest of our runners just had a really great effort and just did amazing.
With the sectional runner-up title in the books and the regional meet this Saturday, the team has shifted their focus onto a similar goal.
We're going to be chasing Carroll. We certainly want to get to the state meet. That's always the main goal, but it's hard to say where we could be, but hopefully top 10, top 8, I think, before the season's over.
Right now, we're just looking at the next race and competing to the best of our ability, one step at a time.
Well, we really would like to push hard and make it to state and be as competitive there as possible, and then have competitive finishes at each of the next levels of races throughout postseason.
Even with the hard practices and tough competitive races, the team still shares many inside jokes and memories together.
One of the funniest moments of the season was probably when we made cross-country checks. It was just really funny.
I'd have to say momentum and plus 45.
I love our pasta parties and our bus rides. We always jam out some music, and just seeing everyone at practice every day is just great.
Good luck to the girls cross country team as they run in the regional meet at West Noble this Saturday.
And now it's time for a look at what happened this past week in Homestead Athletics. We're joined now with sports reporter Caleb Wood, who is standing by with a look at your recap. Hey, Caleb.
Hey, Ashton. It was a great week in Homestead Athletics. Here's a look at your recap. The Spartan football team celebrated their first ever SAC championship last Friday after a shutout win against the Wayne Generals. The rain and cold did not stop Ryan Burton from scoring 3 touchdowns and Gunnar Fry from putting up a 38-yard field goal in the second quarter. They ultimately won 24-0. Get out and support the Spartans as they play Southside tomorrow in their final game of the regular season. Both boys and girls cross-country teams ran at sectionals at Northrop last weekend. The boys finished second overall, led by Keegan Stuckey in 4th, Jared Neff in 5th, Donnie McCardle in 7th, and Ethan Bates in 8th place. The girls also placed second overall, led by Julia Dvorak in 4th, Mia Faber in 5th, and Angelina Sedlacek in 15th. They will continue to work hard as they advance to regionals at West Noble this weekend. Moving on to soccer, the boys team won their sectional game 3-0 against Huntington North. Carter Vanstone scored 2 goals and Blake Bias with 1 for the Spartans. The girls team won 1-0 against Warsaw on Saturday. Their goal was scored by Morgan Kaiser. Both teams move on to regionals with the boys playing Carroll and the girls playing McCutcheon. The boys tennis team lost to North Central 3-2 in regionals. However, Tim Steiner and Bryant Zitlaw will be moving on to doubles at state. That was a look at this past week in Homestead Athletics. For the Locker Report, I'm Caleb Wood. Ashton, back to you.
All right, thank you, Caleb, and that will do it for this week's edition of the Locker Report. Be sure to follow us on social media for Homestead sports coverage, football video highlights, as well as Spartan Athlete of the Week spotlights. For Caleb Wood, I'm Ashton Ackman. Thank you for watching, and have a great 4-day weekend.
And now it's time to find out about the 4-day weekend weather forecast as Homestead weatherman Drew Persinger brings you the Drew Point.
Hey fellas, it's me, Drew Persinger. This is the Drew Point. We've got a long weekend ahead of us, so I'm just gonna get you right into this long forecast for the long weekend. Let's get into it.
Tonight it's gonna be cloudy with a temperature of 53 and lows going down to 33. Then tomorrow on Friday, it's gonna warm up a bit with cloudy skies and a high of 60 and a low of 43. On Saturday, it's gonna be cloudy again with a high of 67 and a low of 48. We're gonna see some rain on Sunday with a high of 71 and a low of 58. Then we'll see more rain on Monday with a high of 70 and low of 53.
There you go, everybody. That's your forecast for this long weekend. I'll be back next week with another forecast for a normal length weekend. But until then, I'm Drew Persinger. See ya, Homestead.
Well, that wraps up today's edition of HHS In Depth. I'm Cora Shaw.
And I'm Misha Lalaria. Thank you for watching today, and be sure to follow us on social media for behind-the-scenes clips and digital exclusives.
Today we leave you with a highlight reel of last Friday's football game in the downpour against Wayne, created by Caleb Wood.
Have a great 4-day weekend, and we'll see you again next week.
Third ranked in Class 6A, one of the best teams in the state. One step closer to winning the victory bell. Hand off to Burton up the middle, breaks out right side towards the end zone. He's in. Ryan Burton. This extra point is up, and it's good. Goody, a sweep to Archibald, gets upfield, first down, breaks it outside, 35. Hands off to Burton up the middle, pushes forward. He's into the end zone. Ryan Burton. Throws it downfield, too high for Scavo, through the defender's hands and caught by Kistler inside the 20. The kick is up, and it's good. Big sweep, hand off to Burton up the middle. He pushes forward into the end zone. Homestead will win the victory bell for the first time in school history. What a season it's been for the Spartans. A shutout win, 24-0. 8-0 on the year, number 3 in 6A. Really a dream season for the Spartans so far.